It's time.
It's interesting because I feel like traditions are beautiful, but I'm also in this space of like just doing whatever feels good for my family. I think sometimes we feel beholden to traditions and it doesn't always necessarily like work for your family.
Yeah, how the pressure to keep on the tradition sometimes often falls on the women in the family.
Yeah.
And how much that changes when the matriarchal figure passes or transitions on.
But there are other ways for you to showcase love without gifts.
We're not educated enough on financial literacy.
Yeah.
And how we can help build generational wealth together.
I just want to be happy and I want to be at peace and I want to have joy.
I just want to have zero responsibilities and just like go with the vibes.
I just want to sleep.
Christmas is a time where we're able to heal.
Yes.
And we're able to reintroduce, revitalize the love that is still there.
Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start this amazing evening off. Would you please put your hands together for the beautiful ladies from the Mama's Den and Banking on Cultura. Que lo que? Que? I did good. I said it. I did good. That was good. Yes, beautifuls. Come on in here. Black and brown women will say the plan. Let me get that out your way. All right. Not in the water. Watch that. The ball is not a cement thingy. All right. Make some noise for the Mama's Den, y'all. And Banking on Cultura.
Where the noise, though?
Wait enough.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh, hello. We're moving these in.
Okay.
Though we also have another. Hello, everybody.
All right.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you. Wenia. You gotta get a wet line there.
I just lost some melanin in here. I like it.
Oh,
Yes. Well, hello there. I want to make sure we can see whoever is going to tell us our time.
I wish there were people in the pool.
If not, we just gonna go. We just gonna talk to y'all. Okay, that's what we gonna do. All right, y'all. So I am Cody Elaine Oliver, 1/4 of the Mama's Den podcast. We are the place where sisterhood and motherhood meet with 11 children between the 4 of us. And we are so excited to collaborate today with Miss Victoria Jenn Rodriguez from Banking on Cultura. Tell us about it.
I love how everyone is getting Cultura together.
Yeah, we rehearsed it. We practiced.
Yes. Well, what's up, everybody? Victoria Jenn Rodriguez, Banking on Cultura. For those of you who don't know, Cultura means culture.
Yeah.
And exactly. And we exist because there isn't a hub for Latinos to really celebrate the vibrancy and complexity of their culture, entrepreneurship, y all the bonchinche in between. Bonchinche means gossip. So we educate and entertain around increasing your income streams and really owning your cultura, your DNA, where you come from.
Love it. Mamas, will you introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Melanie Fiona, and the DJ was running my songs a few minutes ago. Shout out to the DJ. Shout out to the Run It Up, and I am 1/4 of the Mama's Den. I am a mother to 2 beautiful children, 8 and 2. And I got no music coming out, so make sure you listen to it. Okay, thanks.
Okay.
I'm Felicia, also known as Fee, somebody's mama. I have 2 babies. I have a 10-year-old and a 5-year-old, and I am the co-parent of the crew.
I'm Ashley Chia. I am a mother of 4 girls. I have a 15-year-old.
Damn.
Zion.
That's rude. An 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 3-year-old.
While still looking 17 yourself.
Correct.
And do.
Okay, y'all. Well, we are here December 5th?
6th.
I don't know, child. We are here in December because in the words of Mariah Carey, it's time.
Yes, we need more artists today.
Cody prompted me for this. I know it was going to be called
That means we are in holiday mode, y'all. We are in holiday mode, and we are thinking about tradition. I want to know from everyone, like, what are the traditions that you celebrated for the holidays growing up? And, like, who was the leader of your house in that effort?
Okay.
Anybody.
Okay, I'll go first. Tradition. So, food is very much a big part of how we celebrate our culture, how we celebrate each other, our love and affection for one another. So, lots of family around the table.
Yeah.
Lots of family, lots of different personalities at the table, lots of food. Traditional foods are, of course, always on the table. But my favorite part about celebrating the holidays with my family is like being in the kitchen with like all the ladies and the matriarchs and like they putting you on so you could take care of your boo. You know those recipes that nobody knows about, but when you like graduate to get the recipe, you feel good about it. So that's my favorite part is like cooking in the kitchen with everyone and being a host. I love to host and I love to celebrate family.
What's your sign?
I'm a Taurus.
Earth sign.
Yes.
Wait, I need to hear what's the recipe. Like, what's your?
Oh, well, we got the recipe for a good pelmin, for arroz con gandules, for pasteles, empanadas, and of course the turkey and all that stuff.
I like the way you say that.
Yeah.
Like, I like the little.
We know
So you gotta roll the tongue, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my favorite parts of the tradition, and want to make sure we keep moving forward with those.
Yeah, I'll follow up with the family part. For me and my family, everything is about family. Like if we're baking cookies, if we are decorating a tree, I am a woman of God, so it is very big that we are celebrating the birth of Jesus.
Okay.
And so birth of Jesus, y'all know. And so, but family time is like the most important, and that sometimes looks like dancing, that looks like joking, that looks like people at the table.
That looks like dominoes.
Shout out. That look like a little bit of Hennessy.
Capicú up in there.
It just looks like we're such a happy, laughing family despite what life is bringing to us. So that's my tradition is families.
Fee, was there one thing you did every year growing up?
Girl, laughed. Like really, I feel like laugh and cooking, like that's probably the biggest thing, and probably playing games. Like, but it feels like if anything, holidays to us is a moment for all family to gather and get together and just like love on each other.
I'm gonna third this and say food. Because I'm Caribbean, my family's from Guyana. Shout out to the GT Massive in the building. So food is like definitely like we have very specific things. And it's really Christmas morning that's the thing for us.
Yeah.
It's not Christmas dinner. It's Christmas
Waking
morning.
up to that smell.
Yes. So our Christmas morning prep happens weeks in advance because my mom makes something called pepper pot, and it has to cure, like it's meats in a casrip gravy, basically. And fun fact about pepper pot is that the base of it is made from cassava root, so it's very thick and black. It's dark, but it's a natural preservative. So if you heat it up once a day, no matter how big that pot is, it will continue to stay good on the stove. You don't ever have to refrigerate it again. It's crazy.
So wait, pepper pot is a breakfast dish?
Okay, so pepper pot is a Christmas breakfast dish. Okay, for all don't hate on me, meat lovers.
I'm gonna say
It's all the meats. Okay, it's the oxtails, it's the beef, it's the cow heel if you eat cow heel, it's all the things. Garlic beef, garlic pork, homemade bread. My mom makes all of these things, and so like even like the garlic meats, those have to cure. Black cake, that's our traditional. It's rum cake, but my dad does that. It's amazing. So to me, I just think about the food, and then now because all of my family is back home in Toronto, it's about the ways in which we can gather wherever we are. So if my mom comes, I make sure I got a pressure cooker so she can keep the tradition going. She also made me a recipe book with all the recipes so that I can, because that told her like one Christmas.
It's like the Bible.
It is. One Christmas, my mom said, I want to give you something for what do I get you for Christmas? I said, don't ever get me anything else. Just make me a recipe book one day. And she did. So I'm happy to know that those things will carry on. I'll make sure to do that with my children. Yeah. But while she's here, praise God, she will be the one in the kitchen, and I will be the one eating and falling asleep after.
We eat too. We eat for food.
For me, I actually was raised Muslim and Christian, so we would do like Kwanzaa and Christmas. Yeah. So Kwanzaa was like a really big deal where I grew up. Like we did all 7 days. My mom and her friends, every friend would host a different day. So that was like the highlight of my childhood, is like knowing that like who's gonna host Umoja, who's gonna host Kujichagulia, and then like your whole family would like, you would read together and all of my friends would get together. So that's like a tradition that I'm trying to like recreate with my children.
Yeah.
And then Christmas Day, like my mom would always just like turn on like a Charlie Brown Christmas movie, and then we would just sit around and watch movies all day and open gifts. So I'm like that with my kids. I'll let them open like a gift the night before.
Yes.
Like one gift the night before. But we also have moved to like only 3 gifts, like something you want to wear and need.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
It's just 3. And then actually we've been moving away from that. Like we're going to go on trips. Like y'all don't need anything.
Yeah,
don't need experience. Yeah. I just like, really enjoy. I have a big family. I have 7 brothers, 4 sisters. So like I just love being with my family. Like that's the most important thing, is just being together.
Who was like responsible for maintaining these traditions?
No, time out, Cody. What were you?
Congratulations.
Oh my gosh, Cody always trying to skate around and trying to get her.
You know, I'm Walters. Like, girl, you gotta answer the questions too.
So my mom had a Christmas Eve party every year for like 30 years. Thank you, Melanie.
You're welcome.
For like 30 years. And I mean, literally only stopped recently, as me and my sister have like a bunch of kids between us. We have 6 kids between us. So I might have to hold it. Ow. And so the Christmas Eve party was definitely the thing that I look forward to every year. My best friend in the whole wide world is here, Kimberly. So every year, like family, friends, everybody would come over for my mom's Christmas Eve party. Doesn't matter where we were in the world, we coming home. And so that for me is one of the big Christmas traditions. The second was on Christmas morning, my sister and I would get up like crazy early. My parents were never up, and we would like try to look at the gifts but not open anything.
Assess the shape.
Right? Like, ooh, what kind of Barbie is this? And then, okay. And then, I don't know if this is working.
There we go. There we go.
And then on Christmas morning, we would go to my grandparents' house, and then to every like elder that my grandparents knew, we would drop by everybody's house.
Oh.
And maybe we'd get a gift there, and sometimes we would just be like hugging and doing the awkward kiss thing. But that was the Christmas Day celebration.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The awkward kiss thing. What's that?
Well, you know where you like have to hug and kiss the elders. You know what I'm saying? Where you're not nowadays we don't make our kids do that, but you know we did that. We did
Do you
that.
guys wait until midnight to open gifts? Like, so we celebrate Christmas Eve. Like, Christmas Eve is like when it's lit, and then at midnight is when we go crazy. That's
My
what
kids
we
be
do.
bullying me and
kids
like,
asleep.
A week. I'm trying to put them kids right. I'm trying to put them kids to bed. Midnight.
my kids.
Good night.
No, I used to buy my kids so many gifts that like I would let them open like one a day before Christmas, like so it would be like a week before. It was ridiculous. That's also what made me stop buying so many gifts, because I'm like, if you could open 5 gifts 5 days before Christmas and still have gifts on Christmas, you have too much.
That's too much.
That's a
too
lot.
much.
Wait, you mentioned to me that your dad was the one that like kind of held Christmas together. Like, will you talk about that a little bit?
Well, so I grew up with a single dad. So my dad's been raising me since I was like 5 years old. So, you know, he's really the reason why I celebrate my Latinidad, you know, why I celebrate Boricua. Shout out to any Boris that's in the building. And he's really the one who introduced me to all of these traditions. So for him, he had a lot of help. So he had a lot of help from the family, all the ladies, my tias, my cousins used to watch me as a little girl. And so they actually were the ones who were just like, you know what, just bring Vicky, we'll be good. We'll take care of her. So he was lucky to have the ladies in the family look out for him. But he was the one who was taking me to all the events. He was the one who was making sure that I spent time with family. So every summer I would be with my tias and tios in Puerto Rico. And so he really is the reason why I'm so ingrained in my culture, but also the reason why all the women in my life that come from that side of the family, I'm spoiled. I was daddy's little girl, and then, you know, he was a single dad. They felt bad for him, so they was like, of course, we'll take
Shout out to the dads.
And
Shout out to the daddies and the aunties. Yes.
So now that we're all adults, right? So what of those traditions are important to you to keep and maintain for your families or for yourself and friends? And what are you like, nah, this is what we doing now?
Lights are going up, excitement all around. It can only mean one thing. McRib is here. People throwing parties, ugly sweaters everywhere. Holiday swag lined up for the best time of the year. It can only mean one thing. McRib is here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At participating McDonald's for a limited time only.
The holidays are here, mi gente, and so is the IKEA winter sale. Now's your chance to make the holidays a little more magical and less expensive. Save up to 50% off on select items in-store and online now through January 7th. And if you're an IKEA loyalty member, you'll get an extra 10% off on all sale items. Need help managing the clutter of decorations? IKEA Storage Solutions will keep your home tidy from toys and tinsel. Having extra guests over? Check out offers on select dining furniture to make room for the people who matter most this time of year. Don't wait to finish your winter wish list. Shop the IKEA winter sale in-store or online now through January 7th. Visit IKEA-USA.com/winter sale for more details. Terms apply. Offer valid dates may vary. U.S. only while supplies last. Selections may vary by store and online. See store or visit IKEA-USA.com/winter sale for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
I think it's interesting because I feel like traditions are beautiful, but I'm also in this space of like just doing whatever feels good for my family. I think sometimes we feel beholden to traditions, and it doesn't always necessarily like work for your family unit. So I'm more like, if we want to do that again, we'll do it. But if like the vibe is like, let's all just go on a trip, then that's what we're going to do. Do you know what I mean? Like I went from a lot of gifts to like 3 gifts to now I'm like, y'all don't need no gifts. Let's go somewhere. Like, let's go to Big Bear, you know? So I think my tradition is to just keep doing whatever I want every year, whatever feels good.
When I'm in the mood.
Yeah, as long as I'm with my kids, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
I feel the same too. I feel like especially because now that I co-parent, the traditions that I had, which was waking up in the morning and the kids run downstairs, I have to share that with somebody now.
Yeah.
So now for myself, I don't mind sleeping in. I've also had to work with that, but as long as I'm with my kids, like as long as I'm with my kids in the morning time, I spend one-on-one time with my mom or my sister if they're in town. And then my kids, I get them at some point in the day, but as long as I'm with family, like I'm straight. I don't care.
Because of your faith and connection with God, do you go to church on like Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
Girl, no. Church is everywhere. Okay.
I love
Church
it.
is in the free. Right.
Because that's a big thing. Some people are like, we have to go to Christmas Eve Mass or like whatever it is.
Y'all know I'm a modern day Christian now.
My Muslim mom would make
So
us
I'm going to have
go
some
to-
eggnog. Spiked.
No, I said my Muslim mom would make us go to Christmas Day Mass. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with her, but
I feel like that's going to get in the way of presents in the morning. I don't think my kids would ever go.
we did Christmas Eve like she did. We will open them on Christmas Eve. That was like a big deal.
All of them?
Most of them, Christmas Day was just for chilling.
You Puerto Rican too, so
That's what my mom is, yeah.
yeah, that's a part of y'all. Yeah.
Yeah, growing up Catholic, we would go to church a lot. But as I got older and started learning more about my faith and exploring spirituality, I was like,
Let me shake this a little bit.
we're gonna put a nub in that and really create, our own energy in our own moments. So to your point, like with traditions, I think it's really important for us to do what feels good to us. And just because traditionally, someone handled this or someone hosted that or this was the kind of the agenda for the day, you get to decide, you know, and that's the beautiful part, I think, of the time and space that we're in right now. We're like in this evolvement state where we get to decide how we want to show up in the world. And that boils down to our traditions. We get to create new ones.
This year, I actually Thanksgiving, I realized that I was the one that everybody was kind of following. I was just showing up, not realizing. But it's very much like, what are you doing? What are you and the kids doing? Maybe because I have kids, I don't know.
Yeah,
but
because people want to be with the kids.
Yeah, man.
They use us. They use us for the children. They're like, oh,
No, they
where are you
really
gonna be?
They don't care about you, girls.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
But you know what, though? I think that's something that, like we said, because truly, and you have a different experience because you were raised by your dad. Like, you said the matriarchs in your family. Like, I want to just address the fact of, like, how the pressure to keep on the tradition sometimes often falls on the women of the family.
Yeah.
And how much that changes when the matriarchal figure passes or transitions on. And who steps up to say, oh, we're going to make sure we keep Pepper Pot alive. We're going to make sure we go see the elders or whoever it is. You know, it's something that I do think about because, like I said, I don't live where my family lives anymore, you know? So travel is a big thing for it. And I have nieces who are older now, and I just have one brother. So I'm like, when my parents are no longer here, hopefully, 100 years from now, like, who is it going to fall on? And I feel like naturally it is me. Like, I'm going to be the one to pick up the phone and be like, oh, let's keep in touch. Let's, but oftentimes when the matriarch passes on, we see a lot of traditions fall to the wayside and they shift, and it's sad. And I really don't want to, but I think I'm also in a space to create new traditions as well.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna ask, like,
I was about to say something real quick. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think something also that's important to point out is seasonal depression. I remember because my mom was a single mom, and I remember being like 8 or 9, and my mom just stopped Christmas, like no presents, no nothing. And I remember as a kid feeling so sad. So it's almost like her depression kind of spilled onto us. But then that's when I was the one like, no, we're gonna have fun. There was sometimes she wouldn't even really show up. She just wasn't there. And then she ended up telling us it's because my brother's not around. He deals with his mental health issues. So I think also paying attention to sometimes people shut down at that time. And I've had to learn to not really like take on what my mom was projecting and also make sure that I'm keeping the tradition and that energy alive of like, I like to celebrate and I like to do this. I love to be around family. So seasonal depression.
Yeah.
Keep going, y'all.
I was gonna say, like, what, if anything, do you feel pressure to keep up? Whether it's from your, grandparents and your parents, or whether it's just like, I started this thing and I want to do it every year. Like, what do you
It's
feel
the food for me.
Yeah.
I just don't have the confidence that I can cook like my mom.
You got it, girl.
I mean, maybe with maybe I need to just try a little bit more with her.
Practice.
But
Try
like,
it I'm non-Thanksgiving, like other days, like a regular Monday.
You absolutely
Saturday,
right.
like,
That's
try it
actually
then.
good advice
Yeah.
because you don't want to mess up Christmas
Right.
dinner or
You
Christmas
do not.
breakfast. But truly, I think that's the thing. My mom's cooking is such a huge like thing that everyone looks forward to, and she takes such pride in it that I'm like, oh man. But I remember my mom used to say this, so she's like, I never learned to cook as good as I did until my mother passed away.
Oh, wow.
Because it all fell on her. She
like
didn't
activation.
Yeah, she didn't even know she could cook. And in my mind, my mom could make like she could take a beach ball and make the best meal you've ever had. So she cooks with so much love, and so I think when she stepped into that role of matriarch, so I feel the pressure to be able to like feed people's souls.
Yeah.
Based off of the footsteps of my mom. So that's the pressure I feel about the tradition.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? I don't feel pressure. Maybe it's because I'm a Capricorn and I do what I want, but I don't feel, I'm not like a peer pressure. I never feel pressure to do anything that I don't want to do. So I don't feel that way. I feel like my mom did what she did and I'm going to do what I want to do. And my girls are going to do what they want to do. I think the only maybe pressure that I feel is to make sure that my daughters maintain a healthy, loving relationship. I think that's the most important thing for me. So I always just try to make sure that my kids are enjoying one another and they're really like being sisters to each other and really being friends to one another.
Yeah.
Because like you said, when you think about when I pass, I don't want one sister to feel responsible. I want them all to step up. I want them all to have each other's back. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's the only thing. But as far as like Mercury retrograde is really retrograding right now.
Yeah. We have planes, trains, and automobiles.
Her micro bracelets.
Happening. But no, I just really focus on their relationship and then just joy. But I always just do whatever I want. I'm always going to be like that. I don't care what anybody else does.
I feel the same. I think for me, the biggest, I wouldn't even say it's pressure. I just want my kids to be happy.
Yeah.
If that looks like a trip, if that looks like they want something specific for Christmas, as long as I see my kids smiling, I see my mom happy, my sister happy, my family happy, like that's really what's most important. But my kids, that like joy, I don't want to kill that joy because I remember what it felt like when my mom was like, yeah, Christmas is out, we're not doing this somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think just making sure everybody's happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think any entrepreneurs in the building? Any entrepreneurs here? Yes? No? Maybe so? So I don't know if you guys felt this pressure, but I became an entrepreneur 7 years ago, and I couldn't do Christmas. Like presents and all of that was a no-go. Like we weren't doing that. And I sent a message out to my family and was like, hey, I just started this journey. I'm an entrepreneur. All the money that I make is getting reinvested back into my business. So all those kids you got, yeah, they get just kisses and love and hugs from me.
This cooking.
Right, exactly. You're just getting all of that. And I think all of us, especially when we're on a journey financially, like we all feel that pressure around the holidays because we think like we have to buy stuff for our family.
Yeah.
Like that is, I think, a tradition across the board. Like it's just common. But there are other ways for you to showcase love without gifts. And so if you're on like a financial strain or a new entrepreneur, like don't be afraid to just be like, hey, this holiday season, I'm bowing out and I'll see you next year.
Yeah. something that I've done with a lot of my friends or family or anything like that when it comes to gifts is like sometimes we feel the pressure to spend so much money.
Yeah.
And I encourage a lot of parents or aunties or uncles or whoever, if you want to make a difference in your children's, nieces, nephews' lives, like open up an investment account for them. You know what I mean? Like rather than spend $100 or $50 on a toy that they're going to just disregard in a few months, give them $25.
Or go buy some stock.
Yeah, go put something in an account that can just continue to grow. And I feel like that's what I've tried to do with like my godchildren or like my friends' kids. It's just like, what's their account so I can, even if it's just $20, you know what I mean? Like, let it grow, let it work, let it do something because these kids, like, it's just overconsumption. And again, we get caught in the idea of gift giving and the pressure of like how to make someone feel loved. And it's like, make me feel loved. Give me money.
Capitalism.
Give me money and make
Invest in
me
my future.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like invest in your children's, your family's future. I think too often too, especially with like black and brown communities, we're not educated enough on financial literacy and how we can help build generational wealth together. You know, and so it's like for you, it's like, okay, you want to get me something? I'm on my journey. Invest in my business.
Absolutely.
You know, you don't buy me a gift. Don't buy me that bottle of wine. Don't buy me that perfume. Invest in my business. You know, so that's I think a way that we can also create new traditions of gift giving. For our own communities.
I know for me, when it comes to gifts, I really appreciate words of affirmation. I mean, invest and do all of those things, of course, but I think it's also important for us to really capitalize on the fact that, like, even if you don't have the money, you can make a cooked meal. You know, you can give words of affirmation. You can give business advice.
You can give a
There's so
cookbook.
many, there's so many things outside of, but I think because we live in America, that sometimes it's very focused on, like, you have to buy something materialistic.
That's
but
true.
I feel like that, for me personally, that's like the bottom of the totem pole. You
Oh,
know?
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think, and I'm looking at Ashley too, because I feel like we're also forgetting some of the little things that we do in the holiday season. Like we talked about Christmas Eve and Christmas. I remember Ashley telling me, I think it was like late November, right after Thanksgiving, because for Ashley, Christmas starts.
In July.
After Halloween.
Yeah.
But you were talking about the girls
July.
who puts the star on the tree.
Yes.
And that is a tradition for
That's a
years.
tradition. It is a
Can you
tradition.
please describe the whole star thing? Because you had to search for pictures.
So obviously, well, I had one child for 7 years for so long. So obviously she put the star on the tree every year. But then as I kept having children, they wanted to put the star on there. So then it had to be, so I got a lot of kids.
As I kept having children,
And I did.
Got to put their names in like a basket and be like, okay,
No, girl, I had to go. At first, I was doing it in order of birth, but then we have 2 Christmas trees. So then it was like they were taking turns. So I had to start going, like putting in like, because in November is when we put my Christmas tree up. I would have to put in like November 3rd, 2021, 2020, not 2009, to see like who did, to see whose turn it was. So now that I have 2 trees and 4 kids, so it's easy. Because now, yeah,
2 trees.
Oh, yeah, she has 2 trees.
2 trees, 4 kids, 1 man.
Okay, so wait. Is everyone's Christmas tree up? Because mine definitely is not.
That thing is up and it's fake.
As in
Oh,
it
yes,
is.
and it's
Yes. Mine is
Yeah,
up.
no, we don't protect the
Sorry. And then I'm very sad like February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No shame.
Same.
Mine will go up this weekend. Don't judge.
It's okay.
Put mine up when I go back.
I started Elf on the Shelf last
Oh,
year.
Lord, no.
And I actually really loved it. And I am, when we're talking about pressure, like I'm sad because I haven't started it yet this year.
Give yourself, listen, all the parents that do Elk on the Shelf, I'm going to tell you right now,
I love
it's never going to be for me.
Never.
I cannot take, I have too many responsibilities. I
No.
cannot think about where to put this thing.
Y'all some good
You
people.
know,
You
I
can falter
cannot-
from time to time.
No, not the way my brain
It's
is.
fine. It's like teaching them about the feds. Like they watching.
What?
It's also lying to them.
I mean, the whole holiday was
Is no.
The Elf on the Shelf, no, because most people adhere to the Elf on the Shelf. It's magic. He moves himself. Most people don't tell their kids that they
It's giving delusion.
different.
In my
Kids
house,
know it's fake. They even were like, "Can we go to Target and go get our Elf
that's
outfit?"
crazy.
Like they know it's
that
that.
would make
Mom
my
and
life
them-
Your kids. I said the majority of people make sure
My
it's
kid's gonna be like, "Ma."
just to be clear, in my house, it's a she.
Oh, I know it.
We have a female elf.
it's a shelf.
The funny part is that it was
a
a
shelf
boy
on a
elf
shelf?
in the box, and they were like, "It's a sheep." And I was like, "Okay, cool." Okay, wait. So one more question for y'all. So 2024 been 2024 in.
Yes.
What is something that you are looking forward to this holiday season? What is something that must happen for you now?
Oh, I just
For
wanna
you or your
rest.
family, whatever.
I just want to rest. I don't want to go nowhere. I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
I just want to rest and like not have to get up and go. Like my girls are in Debbie Allen's dance company. Like they're doing the Nutcracker right now. It's been crazy. Like since September, they've had rehearsal like every weekend, all day. I just want to have 0 responsibilities and just like go with the vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vibes.
Just want to go with the vibes.
I just want to laugh.
Yeah.
I just want to laugh and be with family and be merry. Like, but that's in
Merry, like
Merry
Christmas.
No, I'm focused on the Lord. No, but I just want to be happy and I want to be at peace and I want to have joy and I want to just continue to work on myself, continue to honor myself. And I mean, I don't know if that's a lot for Christmas, but it is what it is.
Oh, that's all right.
That's in a couple weeks.
No, I just want to sleep. I just want to sleep. You know, my husband and myself, we've been in a really busy professional season, so
Yeah,
we're
y'all have.
constantly traveling.
I mean, dropping albums.
we dropping music and doing
NFL fields.
They going. So I just would really love for us to be. I want for his phone to be away because he's always working. I'm always traveling. So I would love for us to just really have uninterrupted time with our kids.
Yeah.
Sleeping in, no school, no basketball practice, nothing. I just want to sleep.
Yeah.
I just want to sleep in my bed for a solid week. Yeah.
I'm going to come over and watch a movie in the backyard.
Come on, with the fireplace.
Your kids can come outside with me.
Perfect.
Yeah, I kind of want the same. I just want to chill. And I feel like I kind of captured that over Thanksgiving week.
Yeah.
You know, so I look forward to 2 weeks of that.
Yeah.
And my children have actually been letting me sleep in. And
God
then
bless.
and as a result, they're bonding.
Oh. Well, that could be opposite.
That's what you're supposed to do.
So they can tear up the house.
They doing all types of shenanigans while I'm asleep.
She has 3 boys.
Oh, they was moving furniture. with
3
their
whole
mind.
boys. Absolutely.
What about you, Victoria?
I think for me, I want 2 things. So I want a Buddha kiss under the mistletoe. Now, by Christmas, I'm putting that out there into the world. So God, pay attention now.
Girl, you got a couple weeks.
Yeah, I know, right?
things have happened.
And then the second thing, there's beef in my family right now.
This is the
And
Beef
one
like
of the matriarchs got beef with another matriarch.
no.
And we felt it on Thanksgiving. So I'm really hoping and praying that Christmas is a time where we're able to heal.
Yes.
And we're able to reintroduce, revitalize the love that is still there.
Yeah.
That's why there's pain, right? Because there's love there.
Yeah.
And if God wants to use me as a vessel to do that, I am ready. But that is definitely something I really want to make happen this holiday
Yeah,
season.
you got it. You got it.
That's beautiful. I hope
it
it does. Yeah.
Absolutely. We got you.
Oh, well, thanks. I'll take all the prayers. Send it all of you. Yes, I'll take
I'll
it
come
all.
over and facilitate conversation. That's one of my favorite things to do. I love conflict resolution.
She showed us. They'd be like, who is this 12-year-old here trying to tell us what to do? And it'd be like, girl, you don't know her. She got like 18 kids. She is way ahead of her time. Like, go play.
Well, that has been the Mama's Den and Banking on Cultura. However, let's also share our IGs.
Oh, yes, let's do that. So, Banking on Cultura on Instagram, but also at I am Victoria Jenn. You can catch me there. We're on the YouTubes. We're on all the audio streams, all the things. So, definitely check us out if you're interested in entrepreneurship, if you're interested in celebrating your culture and just getting more comfortable in your own skin. And some bonchinches, some tea, some gossip. Definitely check us out.
And I'm Cody Co on Instagram, and we are at the Mama's Den podcast. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you.
Gang, gang.
You can find me on the Mama's Den page, and then you can also find me at Melanie Fiona.
You can find me also on the Mama's Den page. You can also find me at Felicia Latour.
You can find me at home. No, I'm kidding. You can find me on.
She's not.
She's not
You
kidding.
can find me with my 4 kids.
And Watermelon Egg Rolls is my Instagram name.
Isn't that so cute?
Watermelon egg rolls.
Speaking of culture,
Is that a thing?
it is. My husband is Asian. Obviously, I'm not. So it's like a little play on stereotypes. Yeah.
It's very cute.
Is it tasty?
They don't exist at all.
Oh, they don't.
She doesn't even like watermelon.
We have some things to fix our Black and Asian culture.
I hate watermelon. It's kind of like a little tongue-in-cheek to stereotypes. Yeah. Yeah.
Very cool. Interesting.
All right. Well, thank y'all.
Yes, thank you, everybody.
Applauding ourselves.
Come on, give us something.
Yes.
Come on, Miami, show some love.
Hey.
That open bar got him in a chokehold.
Exactly.
Got him in a chokehold.
Exactly.
Mi gente, did you enjoy this episode? Are you loving Banking on Cultura? Make sure to subscribe and follow us. Our goal is to grow this community so that we can all embrace our Latinidad, secure the big bag, and never question our cultura ever again. Please also take a moment to leave us a review. I love reading your reviews. Let me know what you are thinking, what guests we should have on, and if there are any topics you would like me to cover. I appreciate you so much for being here. Te amo mucho, and I'll check you out in the next episode.